Hi guys, it's Katie McCardle with Coldwell Banker. I wanted to go ahead and answer a question that I've been getting quite a bit. So hopefully this will help a lot of people out. And I really want to see if anybody has additional questions that I can answer. So go ahead and subscribe down below or like everything that I do. Um, so the question is, what are the steps to buying my first home? And for somebody that's never bought a home, they have no idea the process of where to start, who to talk to. And I would say either talk to a lender or a real estate agent. A lot of real estate agents like to, um, sorry about that. A lot of real estate agents like to talk to the client first, which I do as well, because then I can set you up with an actual really good lender that fits your needs. If you just go and pick a lender off of the internet or just that you go to a bank with, they might have different programs than could really fit for what your ultimate goal is. So if you talk to a real estate agent like myself, you can get the guidance, and they can ask you the right questions to find out really what you're trying to do. There's like a VA loan, there's FHA loans, there's all kinds of different programs too for down payment assistance, all kinds of stuff. So we really just want to set you up with the right person. So either way, you can go ahead and talk to a lender and ask them those questions too. But what a real estate agent is going to do is send you to that right lender. So that's really the best place to start, because you can't go out shopping for houses if you don't know how much money that you're able to spend. So um everybody always asks about their credit. They always ask, well, I know I make all my payments, I've never missed anything. That really doesn't matter. It's based off of your credit score and your debt to income ratio. There's a lot of things, so you really do need to speak to a professional. So let's just say, okay, you go and talk to a real estate agent and they set you up on with a really good lender that's going to make it fit a really good fit with you. So then call that lender. They're going to do a couple of things. They're going to ask you for your tax statements, your payment history, a bunch of stuff. They're going to ask you for a bunch of things, and just go ahead and try and do that in a really timely manner, because as soon as they start pulling your credit, they're going to want to get all this information and do this as quick as possible, just so that it's not lingering and things are getting paid off, and it could just be a mess. So the thing I know most about that is try and do it in a very timely manner. So whatever they ask you for, go ahead and give it to them. And then they're going to come up with a number that there's a difference too, that you're pre-qualified for or that you're pre-approved for. So a lot of people can be pre-qualified by just the first initial things, but in order for you to go out and actually put an offer in on a home, you need to have a pre-approval letter. There is a difference, and that pre-approval means that yes, the underwriter has looked at your stuff, has made sure that yes, they are willing to lend you that money. A pre-qualification just means that your credit's good enough and they're able to put you into a certain category if you get pre-approved. So once you get that pre-approval letter, it'll give you a number. It's like your bank account number. So that's what you're able to go shop for. So let's say you get approved for $350,000 and you're super excited. I got $350,000. I can go and look for a house. You do need to keep in mind, just because you're pre-approved for that much does not mean that you have to spend that much. There's a lot of people that get pre-approved for a certain amount, and that really does put them at the very limit, and they're not going to really enjoy their life when they're paying the absolute most they possibly can for this house that they just love. You want to make sure that it's something that you can afford and you're comfortable with. This could really potentially, if you have a certain loan and whatever it is, if you get approved for $350,000 and your payment is going to be $2,500 a month, I'm not saying that's what it's going to be. I'm just saying, so, but you're used to paying $1,200 a month. You really don't want to put yourself in that position. So just keep that in mind. That's something that a lot of people get caught up in. You get this pre-approval letter for $350,000, and then you go look for a house for $350,000, and you fall in love, of course, and you're just going to put yourself in a position where you're not comfortable. So any really good real estate agent will just not let you get in that position, because we don't want to make you pay more than you have to, and to where you're just going to put yourself in a bad position. So these are some really good things to think about. I just wanted to point out, I went on Google and I Googled how do I buy my first house, and the things that pulled up there are kind of surprising to me. You know how it pulls up a little list usually of a quick list of the things that these are the tips that you need to do. Um, the number one, it said improve your credit score. It said number two, decide on a budget. Number three, arrange a down payment. Number four, have enough money in your savings for unforeseen expenses. Number five, talk to a mortgage professional. Number six, talk to a realtor. And number seven, find a home you'd like to buy. So I kind of feel like those are in the wrong order, and I don't want people to get confused with that. So I think it's really important to either talk to a real estate agent or a lender right off the bat, because they're going to be able to answer some of those questions and make you feel a little more comfortable, rather than going online or going to just some building down the street, and just giving them all your information and hoping that it works out. So I feel like it's really important that you talk to somebody first, and it is really important to know too. You want to ask questions about how much money am I going to have to come up with? Do I have to have cash in my bank account? There's really a lot to know before you just go in and buy a house, because that's a lot of um, stuff to take on after, and you don't want to miss something. So always just talk about it, let everybody know what your real plans are, and that's what we're here for, to help you out. So I'm sure that this brought up a lot more questions, and I'd be happy to answer anything for you. Go ahead and subscribe down below and ask me any questions. I hope that helped. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.